It is Tuesday. It's weather for Weather Geeks time. It's a wintry Tuesday out there today with lots of clouds. We've had the occasional snow flurry as well, but at least we have not been dealing with what they have been dealing with on the East Coast, especially now up into New England, Maine, parts of New Hampshire and Vermont, and especially down into Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and eastern Connecticut. You may have heard, if you've been paying attention to some of the weather news today, that this forecast was a tough one and didn't work out for a lot of places from New York City to Philadelphia. The storm jogged just far enough east that the heavy snow bands did not quite make it back into New York City, into Midtown Manhattan anyway. Um, and so the predictions of a foot or more, even up to 2 or 3 feet, did not come true in New York City itself. But I'll tell you, Central and Eastern Long Island certainly have gotten that. Philadelphia really got ripped off here, so meteorologists have been taking a beating in those markets since last night. A lot of the criticism, of course, has been completely unfair and misguided and uninformed, ill-educated, whatever word you want to use. But people are upset, and a good communicator, as most meteorologists are. Of course, we need to be a lot better, but most are pretty good communicators, and a good communicator will communicate the risk of something else happening. The most likely forecast is this, but there's a chance that a little shift in the track means this. Unfortunately, people don't process uncertainty quite as well as we would like sometimes, and so they want to know how much snow is going to fall, period. End of story. And the weather's more nuanced than that. Predicting what the atmosphere is going to do is just simply more difficult and more nuanced than a simple black and white answer sometimes, and this was one of those cases. Well, anyway, back here at home, just a classic January day for us today. It is cold and blustery out there. Temperatures this afternoon no higher than about 20, and the wind is no fun either, so the wind chill right now is 6 in Youngstown, 9 in Newcastle, single digits, lower teens throughout the region. Well, that's what's going on now. I'm going to skip ahead now to Thursday. Tomorrow is a sunny day, cold start to the day tomorrow. In fact, real quickly here's a look at the projected wind chills tomorrow morning. These numbers might be a little too low, but I think actual temperatures will be near 0, which means you don't need much of a breeze to kick the wind chill down to -7, -8. I think winds will generally be pretty light, but any little 5-mile-per-hour breeze will create some wind chills that are several degrees below 0. But again, the actual temperature tomorrow morning as you get up, probably pretty close to 0. I'm going to skip ahead to Thursday morning, though, because that's our next kind of interesting weather day here, with another little clipper system heading our way. This is going to be a tricky one because this will likely be not snow for a lot of it, at least the first half of it. This is Thursday morning. Now, what we have going on here is a little bit of moisture trying to sneak in. The temperatures up a few thousand feet in the atmosphere might be above freezing. Well, the problem is down here where we live, temperatures will likely be below freezing. So that is a recipe for either freezing rain or sleet or some sort of, something in between. So that's something we're going to have to watch out for. These peachish colors here, that's the mixed precipitation, the freezing rain, possible sleet. Now, this will not be all that heavy, but it doesn't have to be all that heavy. Cause some problems. Here's mid-morning on Thursday. Notice the peaches getting into central and parts of east central Ohio. And then as we get into the afternoon, a couple of things going on here. Our air temperature here at the ground will probably get a little above freezing. While at the same time, upstairs, the air will start to cool. And so for a time, we could see it go back and forth between some wet snow and some plain rain, hopefully plain rain if we get above freezing. But then I do think as we get deeper into the afternoon and the entire column of the atmosphere above our heads cools, we will just get into just snow. And this will be towards the end of the afternoon into the evening. So again, the sequence of events here, any precipitation that comes in the morning has the risk of being freezing rain or sleet, and you can see that on this SREF plume. This is Thursday right here in the light area. The red is ice, the green is rain, the blue is snow, and what we're looking at is the probability of each precipitation type. So as you can see, the probability of some sort of sleet or freezing rain peaks right here, and that's mid-morning. That's up at around 40%, and it's actually a higher chance than seeing snow or rain. Then kind of rain spikes up here midday, and then snow definitely is the highest chance, or the highest precipitation probability as we get into the afternoon on Thursday. So lots of details to be worked out on that, but do be prepared for maybe some slow travel Thursday morning and midday. Now, as far as snow accumulations, it's going to depend on the timing of when the cold air rushes in. I think we could see a slushy inch or two, possibly, in the afternoon and evening. Even if there's not that much snow accumulation, though, it is going to cool off pretty quickly Thursday night into Friday morning, and that could lead to a lot of wet and damp and slushy areas freezing quickly, and it could make for slick travel Thursday night, first thing on Friday morning. So, kind of a complicated situation there. Sunny day tomorrow. Thursday's an unsettled day, and then Friday, cold, blustery day. Let's back up to Friday here. Right here, another low up here, and a cold wind, a north wind, flurries and snow showers Friday. We might stay in the teens all day. Saturday is a sunny day, thanks to this high moving right overhead. That's the better half of the weekend, even though it's going to be pretty cold outside. I say that because Sunday, we definitely have our work cut out for us on this forecast coming up on Sunday. As we go into Sunday morning here, what I'm showing you is the GFS model, but I can tell you that some of the other models, including the European and the Canadian, do have a somewhat similar idea of bringing snow in on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, February 1st. This will probably be mostly in the afternoon, and way too early to start talking about accumulations for many reasons, but one of the reasons might be, depending on the exact track as always, maybe there's some mixing of some sort of sleet, freezing, rain, etc. But as it stands now, the models are advertising a mostly snow event with this. This is only Tuesday. We're talking about Sunday. So again, we're not going to speculate on amounts. If the current models were to be believed, though, if they were to be exactly right, which isn't likely, but if they were to be exactly right, this would be enough to shovel and plow Sunday into Sunday night. So that could have implications for next Monday morning's commute. And overall, this is the mantra here is cold in the longer range. Here's the 8 to 16 day temperature outlook. So this takes us from the 4th of February, middle of next week, all the way to the 12th of February. Warm in the west, cold in the east. So February is going to get off to a rocking start. In terms of the cold, it could be pretty stormy too. This could be the stormiest period of the whole winter. And when we say storminess, we mean most active. We're not talking thunderstorms, but we mean low pressure systems, storms. Could be dealing with several events, winter weather events, over the next couple of weeks. So December was a pretty mild and snow-free month. We've certainly made up for that some in January with above average snowfall, and February could shape up to be a lot like January. And this is shaping up to be a lot like our winter forecast said, that January and February would be quite a bit more severe than December. It's certainly looking that way today. Well, that's the Tuesday weather for Weather Geeks. I will see you right back here on Wednesday. In the meantime, be sure and check out my forecast on TV tonight, 21 News at 6 and 11. See you then.